With the first pick in the 2016 NBA Draft, the Philadelphia 76ers select Ben Simmons from Melbourne, Australia, and Louisiana State University. With the second pick, the Los Angeles Lakers select Brandon Ingram from Duke University. The Boston Celtics select Jaylen Brown from the University of California, Berkeley. Dragan Bender from Croatia. The Minnesota Timberwolves select Chris Dunn. Buddy Hield from Freeport, Bahamas. Jamal Murray from Kitchener, Canada. Marquise Chris. Jakob Pertl. Thon Maker. Domantas Sabonis. Torian Prince. Yorgos Papagiannis. Denzel Valentine. Juan Hernan Gomez. Gershon Yabusele. Wade Baldwin IV. Henry Ellenson. Malik Beasley. Karis LeVert. DeAndre Bembry. Malachi Richardson. Ante Zujic. Timothé Luawu Cabarro. Bryce Johnson. Furkan Korkmaz. Pascal Siakam. Skal Labissiere. DeJounte Murray. Damian Jones.
Welcome to Enough with the BS podcast. Let me get the mic down some. I don't want to be too loud up in your ear, but thank you for tuning in wherever, however you may be listening, whether it's Spreaker, iHeartRadio, or our new home, iTunes.
Yes, sir.
Gosh, man, we are making some moves over here.
I like it.
Yeah. Today's show is pretty much going to be all NBA talk. We're going to go ahead and recap the NBA draft, talk about who won, who lost the draft, also go over the major changes and trades in the NBA. And I will give a little bit of snippet about my thoughts about, my Chicago Bulls. Josh, how was your week, my man?
It was pretty good, man. We here. How about you, man?
Indeed. Hey, it went great when I found out that news about iTunes.
Yeah, I was very excited.
Yeah, I was stoked. And thank you, listeners, for tuning in and helping us be able to reach iTunes, because we definitely wouldn't have been able to get there without you. So, once again, thank you. So, our number one topic, the NBA draft. Top 5 picks. We're just going to name all 5, even though all 32 was listed in the introduction. But the top 5, you got Philly, who selected Ben Simmons. LA's Josh team got his boy. You got your wrist. Brandon Ingram. Boston, I thought, reached for Jaylen Brown. Phoenix drafted Dragan Bender, power forward out of Croatia. And Minnesota drafted Dunn just so they could slap the Bulls in the face. That's Tom Thibodeau 1, Chicago Bulls 0. So just to discuss the top 5 picks, Josh, I'm going to let you go over Ben Simmons and Brandon Ingram since you did an article on them. What's your thoughts? What did Philly and LA get out of those 2 players?
I mean, it works for both teams. Philly needs everything, pretty much, except a center and power forward. But, I mean, Simmons can play the 1, 2, 3. They need a 1, 2, or a 3, so it worked for them. LA, we definitely needed a small forward.
Absolutely.
And Brandon went to Duke. So that's the perfect mixture for me. He can shoot the ball. Of course, he needs to gain a little weight, which he will do. I think he gained like 20 pounds while he was at Duke. He was like 170. Now they list him at 190. So he'll keep getting bigger. He's only 18. But he's a shooter, versatile. I mean, at worst, he's going to be the Greek freak. And at best, he could be the next KD.
Absolutely. I mean, I love the Brandon Ingram pick. I think he's the best out of the draft, to be quite honest. Ben Simmons, I didn't see a lot of Ben Simmons in college. Let me know a little bit and let the listeners know what type of player Ben Simmons really is.
I watched him play in college. He looked like he was going half speed, but his half speed got him 20 and 10. So I mean, he can do a little bit of everything except shoot. But he says his shot's not broken. He just said he didn't need to shoot it in college like that. So if he does have a jump shot, a respectable jump shot, he can be the next I mean, LeBron.
Yeah,
pretty
everybody's
much.
comparing
I mean,
him
he
to
can-
LeBron. Is the skill set there? Like
Yeah,
he's able
I mean,
to
he
handle
can
the ball
rebound,
and
yeah.
pass, rebound.
He can
Okay.
rebound. He can pass the ball. He can do a little bit of everything. And like, kind of like LeBron, it's just they're gonna have to surround him with shooters because I don't buy that his jump shot is broken, but he's just don't have no confidence in him. Like LeBron in the finals, you didn't see him shooting. If he hits a couple, he's okay. If he misses a couple, he's done. So I think Ben is very similar, but he can affect the game other ways as far as rebounding, assist. I'm not sure about his defense too much, but again, he's 6'10". You should be able to stay in front of some people, block a couple shots, a shot or two a game.
Yeah, we're gonna
So
see.
I mean, he's versatile, and Philly definitely needs versatile. And I mean, is he the number one pick? Yeah, you can't pass up on that. So I mean, I'm gonna go ahead and give him that number one status with the upside on it. You can't pass up on that upside.
Okay, now I definitely take your word. As I mentioned before, I did not see too much of Ben Simmons in college. I
Now he
didn't watch
can't,
LSU.
he can't play like he played in college in the NBA because, like I said, he was going half speed. I don't care what nobody
From
says.
the 1 or 2 games that I did see,
Yeah.
I was not impressed at all. I
Well, he's
didn't
got it.
buy into the hype. His jump shot definitely looked broken.
Yeah.
I did see a guy who he seemed like he competed on the defensive end and
Yeah.
pretty good rebound that one game.
yeah.
I think they played. I think it was a Kentucky
Yeah,
game.
Kentucky. I watched the
And
South
they
Carolina
they beat
game.
Kentucky that game, right?
No, I don't think they
Oh,
did.
they
They
got
got
waxed?
close, but I mean, they was.
I think it was
yeah.
close when I
Yeah.
had left it. I was
think
watching it at
Kentucky
Carolina
drug
Ale
them.
House.
Yeah.
As far as Boston, the third pick, Jaylen Brown. He's a athletic power forward out of California.
Yeah.
Needs a little work on his jump shot, but it's definitely not horrid.
No.
But he has a long way to go. And I thought that was kind of a stretch and a
He
reach
kind
at
of
number
reminds me.
3.
What's the guy that went to Detroit? Stanley Johnson-ish. He's kind of Stanley Johnson-ish. I mean, Boston. I know you said it was a bad pick, but I mean, they don't really need. They won 48 games last year, so they just kind of took a name out of hat.
Yeah.
And okay, we'll go with him. And
I
he could
just,
be a trade piece maybe down the future for some other team that needs a small forward, power forward combo, kind of like that. But I mean, I'm not gonna call it a bad pick because they really didn't need one. you
I
know.
just thought a better pick for them at that position would either be Dunn or Hill.
They don't need no more guards. And
But
Dunn
you have,
said he didn't want to play for him because they got too many guards.
But you got Evan Turner, which was their starting
I think
guard,
he's
up
a
for
free
free
agent.
agency.
Yeah, he's a free agent.
And I know they drafted the guy out of Oklahoma State, Smart, the
Yeah,
previous
yeah.
year. But I thought, Smart is more of a 2 guard than a point guard, and you
Yeah.
could have slid Dunn right into that point guard position.
Dunn don't want to
Oh,
play
Buddy
there.
Hill could slide into the 3.
You reaching for Buddy Hill. If you take Buddy Hill number 3,
Jaylen Brown was a reach.
Buddy's definitely a reach at 3. I'm not going with Buddy at the 3rd overall. And like I said, I probably would have went with just Bender, just because you never know. Because I mean, if he's trash, then okay, whatever. We won 48 games. But if he's good, he feels because they definitely need scoring on the inside. They don't have what Kelly Olynyk and Sullinger. If he's Porzingis, you're good to go. And if he's trash, okay, whatever. I got Olynyk and Sullinger.
Yeah, and
I would have
Phoenix,
took Bender just if you're gonna just throw it out there and gamble. But they really wanted to trade it, so I think they
tried their absolute
all
best.
day to trade it.
I know they placed a phone call with the Chicago Bulls.
Yeah.
But they wanted straight up number 3 pick for
No, it's
Jimmy
not gonna
Butler and
happen. Click,
Chicago. Yeah,
click.
they're a little stupid, but they're not that stupid.
No, yeah. So I mean, like you said, I would have probably went with Bender just because of the upside. He could be Porzingis, and if he is Porzingis, it fits a need.
And speaking of Bender went the next pick to
Yeah.
the Phoenix Suns. How do you think he fit within their realm?
Because I mean, they do like the stretch 4 kind of thing because they got
They got a
Morris.
brand new coach.
Yeah. They got,
So I don't know what
I don't
type
think
of
it's gonna be there
type
that
of
long.
offense Watson
What's
is going to
his
be
face?
running.
I don't think he'll be there that long. I think they just hired him just because. And all right, Eric Watson, here you go. But I mean, they like the stretch 4s. I mean, from the previous regime, from what's his face?
Hornacek.
Yeah, from Hornacek. They do like the shooters and just positionless basketball. I mean, he could be okay. I mean, like you said, for Phoenix, if he turns out to be Porzingis, you good to go. But like with them, they need it. Like you just can't be, guessing. You got to get something where you win right now, and I mean they just kind of threw a little dagger at a board and said we'll try our best with Bender.
Yeah, I know a lot of Phoenix Suns fans were not particularly happy with that pick, but
Yeah.
he is projected to be the next Porzingis, and
Projected.
just like every league, everybody is a copycat league.
Yeah.
On to Minnesota, they drafted my favorite player coming out of college,
Dunn.
which I think Thibodeau just drafted him just because the Bulls wanted him.
He wasn't following that low,
But man,
it works for them.
to me, Minnesota has the best young team
Oh yeah,
in the NBA.
they got the best mix of young and kind
I
of
mean,
veterans
look at that
right
starting
now. Yeah.
five. It's I don't know if Gordell Jing is going to start at center position, but
They had another one. Oh well, what's his face? Towns. I think Towns plays center.
who's their starting power forward?
I
from
think
the
it was
previous year?
KG when KG is
KG started?
when he plays. Like you said, he
Jesus.
doesn't play a lot, but when he played, he started.
Wow. Well,
I mean,
at the
they
point
got a
guard
good mix.
position, I
Yeah.
don't know if they're going to start
Yeah,
Dunn over
Rubio's
Rubio,
got-
but
Rubio
Rubio
gotta
plays
go.
no defense,
Yeah,
and
he gotta
Tibbs
go.
don't play that. So you got Dunn, Wiggins, Levine, Carl Anthony Towns,
Yeah.
and let's say they actually start Jing, which I
Yeah.
can see that happening with Tom
Yeah.
Thibodeau. That's a potent young team. I don't know what they're going to do.
Yeah.
Tibbs is, I guarantee Tibbs going to have them in a running for the
Oh
playoffs.
yeah, they
He's that good of a coach.
seed. They gonna go that way, and they got, like you said, they got Tayshaun Prince, they got Kevin Garnett. I hear they're trying to get some more, veterans. They got a good
They're
mix.
still trying to get Jimmy Butler.
Yeah, they got a good mix of veterans and youth. And Dunn, that's perfect for Dunn. He plays defense, just like Thibodeau loves. He's kind of like that combo guard. Like you said, Rubio's the odd man out. So Ricky,
Absolutely.
you're
I
gonna have to
thought
go somewhere.
a good pickup for that team, if
Mhm.
they're able to get him, would be Joakim Noah. I know I projected him to go to Golden State. I would love to see him in Golden State.
Yeah,
But I can definitely, Joakim at the center
yeah,
with Carl Anthony sliding to the power forward.
I could see that.
He's Tibbs' defensive anchor.
I just don't know if Joakim wants to go to Minnesota.
He's not.
Though. Yeah,
Joakim is
I
now,
remember he said something about Cleveland. You remember that? He's like, it's Cleveland. There's nothing
Joakim
to do here.
he's sick of losing, and
Yeah.
we didn't do him
He don't have
correct
time.
at all. Now, as far as the future for those 5 teams, you got Philly coming off, the worst record in NBA history, only winning 10 games and losing 72. You got the Lakers, who was 17-65, but at least you guys hired a prominent coach. Boston was a 5th seed, so pretty much, they had 158 draft picks coming into the
And
draft.
they drafted all, and they kept them all. They think they're
They
the Patriots.
they
or something.
absolutely tried to trade him. Nobody took
Yeah,
him.
you can't-
So
you
what they
can't
did
sign all
was
of
they drafted a bunch of foreign players
Yeah.
so they can just keep overseas.
Yeah.
Then you got Phoenix. They have a brand new coach in Minnesota with their excellent young roster with Tom Thibodeau. Out of the 5, who do you think has the minus
Minnesota.
Boston because they're a
Yeah.
playoff team?
It's Minnesota.
So out of the 4, who has the brightest future?
Minnesota. With the talent that they have, and they keep mixing because right now the veterans they got, they're kind of like on their last leg. But Tayshaun Prince won a championship. Garnett won a championship, so they have more to contribute to the young guys other than basketball. They got the mind, the IQ. They can show them how to win, not necessarily get on the court and contribute. You got like 2 extra coaches pretty much there, and if they can keep mixing the veterans with the young guys, they'll be a playoff team in no time. The Lakers, I like everybody except D'Angelo Russell right now. We just need a center. We're not going to be a playoff team because they're too young. We're not going to get Garnett, not Garnett, but Durant. We're not going to get the big time free agents, but we're still going to be young. We're a couple years away. We need like 3 or 4 years.
The rumor is that the Lakers are penciled in on Whiteside. They're all in.
I'd take him, I'd rather have, Joakim Noah, but he's not coming there with the young guys.
But with that offense that Luke
Uh-huh.
Walton is going to bring to the table, how does Whiteside necessarily fit in?
Unless he wants to be Andrew Bogut, get a couple alley-oops and block shots,
Bogut, that's an excellent
that's
comparison.
about it.
But when they go small,
Yeah.
is he going to be willing to come off the court?
I don't know.
accept
He's
that role.
got something wrong with the guy.
Yeah, the
you
guy
said,
is not the greatest teammate in the world.
He thinks he can score, so it's like,